Hi, I'm Amy Huestis. I'm a settler artist based on the unceded and ancestral territories of the Coast Salish people. I live at a place called Huestis. It's on Canoe Pass near Brunswick Point, and is on the traditional lands of the Hokomina Mustimuch, the Tuasin, the Musqueam, and Huestis First Nation. My project, Mothlike, Silvery Blue, this project was done in consultation with Huestis First Nation, and I'm so honored to have their support. This exhibition is called Mothlike, Silvery Blue, and that title, it speaks to the birds and the color and the nature of this place, the Fraser River Estuary. Mothlike is a word that describes the flight of some birds, particularly some owls have a moth-like flight. And there are owls in the exhibition. The Mothlike Silvery Blue cycle is a poetry cycle or a story cycle that I wrote, and it came from a walking practice of several years out at Brunswick Point at Huestis. And that story cycle, it's about a woman who is also a butterfly, who is also the land and the color silvery blue. Her name is Silvery Blue. She is the silvery blue butterfly, and she is also the silvery blue landscape. Since 2016, I've walked at this one place every day. I try to walk there every day, and I find it really magical. And it's in the key biodiversity area that is the Fraser Estuary, and it's really important for shorebirds. So where I walk, there's a mudflat that's super important, and it's also right next to the Roberts Bank shipping terminal, which wants to expand. So I think about that when I walk. I think about how beautiful it is here, how incredible it is here, how many animals rely on this place and live here, and this is their home and where they get their food. And then I also think about all the destruction that is happening. And so the Richmond Art Gallery gave me this opportunity to create a community framework for all kinds of things to happen through education or through community gatherings and events, and with this exhibition. And it's been a multi-year process. When you walk into the gallery, you'll see a video document that shows a procession that was done on the autumnal equinox at Brunswick Point at Huestis on September 24th, 2022. And in that, you'll see dance and a choir, different performers taking part, and different community members carrying flags. So this was kind of a rich gathering of different community members who maybe knew each other, maybe got to know each other in the event, and got to participate by carrying artworks and by singing in the choir or just being there. So we processed at sunset, and there were different sonic or choral events. There was a welcome song where we sang the words given by Cowichan elder Arvid Charlie to the Guided Walk Project. We sang Ekwanshan Kuskatathan. That means walk with care for friends, family, and the earth on the shoreline. It was a really spectacular event because the sky lit up and the landscape lit up with color, and we got to experience the sky and this very special place in a different way, all together in community. When you go to the back gallery, you'll go into a nestwork installation and hopefully make yourself very comfortable there and relax and hear a sound installation by Omar Zubair, my collaborator of 10 years. And you'll also see some flags from the processions, both the one in Richmond for the summer solstice and the one at Brunswick Point for the autumnal equinox. You'll also see a recent video footage of a Nest camera that is of a barn owl nest box in Richmond. And so that was provided by Richmond Parks, and they have a really cool nest box program. And these are, you'll see the baby barn owls coming out of the box. And so we're trying to keep that footage in fairly close to real time, so you'll be able to see what's going on with the barn owls as they are slowly fledging from the box. I made the nest installation because as part of it's a curatorial project I've been doing over a couple of years, where the nest is a model for knowledge production. And I believe that a nest is a good model for artwork and for knowledge coming into being, because nests are safe places, they're places for vulnerable things, and they're places for the birth of new things, right? New ideas or new artworks. In the nest, we did a performance on the 29th at the opening of this exhibition. That was really special, and you'll see the costumes from that performance. Each one is of a different ghost animal that is a ghost in our landscape. I teach at Kwantlen Polytechnic University, and so my students have been involved in different parts of the exhibition. Murasaki Lau collaborated with me on the nest installation in the gallery and on the windows that you'll see there, on the bird-friendly window treatments. I also have worked with a number of community partners on different projects. One is a guided walk project at Brunswick Point, and that's telling the story of Huestis, Brunswick Point, from the diverse perspective of artists, scientists, and Indigenous people. There are also projects with Anderson Elementary School in Richmond, really special projects. And in the nest, in the gallery, you'll be able to sit on some cushions, and those are stuffed with bubble wrap that the kids at Anderson Elementary School collected. Last year, I wrote a story for them, The Delta Animal Resistance, which plays out in the Mothlike Silvery Blue cycle. And we worked with Birds Canada to put a Modus Migratory tracking system tower on the roof of the school. And so that was a really cool project. Other community partners have gotten involved in the public processions that we've done and the participatory work. So that would be the BC Coral Federation, KPU, of course. Richmond Parks has gotten involved also in the gallery. So many community partners. Huestis First Nation has been alongside me in all of this, and that's really great. Yeah, it's just been a really good string of different community events and partnerships. With the exhibition is a workbook for kids. It's called 4 Ways to Care for Birds, and I wrote that with Birds Canada. And there are 4 simple ways that kids can participate and care for birds. One is to make windows friendly. So make windows birds friendly and birds safe. Birds fly into windows and have these collisions, and we lose so many birds every year to window collisions. And one easy way to stop that from happening is just to write on your windows. And so that's what Murasaki Lau and I did in the back gallery, is we wrote the Delta Animal Resistance children's story on those windows. And so there's a Chinese translation of the story as well as the English version. I'm a Ladner-based artist, and Ladner and Richmond are, we're neighbors, and it's all the same marsh landscape, it's all the same delta landscape, and we really need to protect and care for this place. The Fraser River Estuary is the most important estuary in Western Canada, if not all of North America. It's super important for biodiversity, and it's really getting trashed. We really have to take care of it and make sure that we protect it and that we put aside areas for wildlife. So I hope that people, celebrate through the exhibition the beauty of our landscape and get in touch with it through the artworks, and see my love of it and my collaborators' love of it. I hope also that this might spark an interest in protecting and conserving and that kind of community with nature that we all need.